What's up guys, welcome to Blake's Garage. Today I'm gonna do a little unboxing and install on the BMW M4. This is a really cool part. It's from ECS Tuning and Turner Motorsports. So let me go ahead and open this thing up. I'll show you guys what's inside and why it matters. Got the little Ninja Star, as you should, to open a box. All right, a box inside of a box. Okay. Turner Motorsports, Turner Motorsports sticker, awesome. So owning an F82 or F80 BMW M4 or M3, actually even many other BMWs as well, there are some fancy little things underneath the car. And those would be oil coolers in the front of the vehicle. Now, they've packaged that into the vehicle into a kind of, I would say, odd location. Maybe not odd, but just an area that things can get messed up, and they can get messed up pretty quickly. So if you have like an M4 or M3, chances are you're probably gonna track your car once in a while. And if you've ever turned off the traction control on one of these things, you know they can be an animal, they can be a beast, and if you haven't done it too much, there's a good chance that you may go off on track. And that is where this is gonna come in super, super handy. You might be saying, what the heck is that? This is actually a skid plate for the oil cooler underneath the front bumper of the M4 or M3. Now this thing, as you can see, it kind of has like a nice mating surface up to the oil cooler, but this is open underneath the car from factory. I'll show you guys that right now. And as you can see in that open area right there, you can hit that with sticks, with twigs, with dirt, whatever, very easily, and that plastic could rip. This one is very nice. It's way more sturdy. It does weigh a couple pounds more, so you know, weight savings wise, you're not going to save any weight here. You're actually adding weight to the car. However, that is going to keep your pockets a little bit heavier if you hit anything on the street or on the track or anything like that. I've actually hit a twig in the middle of the road, kind of no choice, but I was like, oh crap, I can't really go anywhere because there's people on the other side of the road and people behind me. Hit the brakes, chances are someone's gonna try to rear end me or something like that. It dented a couple of the fins on my oil cooler. This can be a very bad scenario. I've seen people on the forums have this happen to their car, like hit a pile of rocks or something like that, and almost, I think it was like $4,000 worth of damage. So if they had this, chances are that wouldn't have happened so badly, and that's why this thing is awesome. I've seen, you know, people crack their oil cooler open and that sort of thing. That's not good. So we're gonna put this on. Let's show you how to do it. So I'm just gonna jack the car off the ground, put some blocks under it. That way I can get up under the front and gain a little bit better access. So we are good to go there. Let me show you the panel we're gonna be working with down below. This is the factory piece right here. As you can see, it's just made of plastic and it looks very similar to the Turner Motorsports piece. You're gonna notice these little screw areas right here that are gonna have 8mm screws on them. So 1, 2, 3, looks like 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you're also noticing these little areas right here. Not sure if we're gonna need those. And then these guys right here. Those are some bigger ones with some Torx inside of them. So we'll figure out what size those are. But yeah, this is basically just gonna be a replacement of this. Now, as I was talking about, see this right here? That's probably where that stick might have deflected. Also, you can see, have like a slightly dented area right there. That's probably where this went up and maybe got in there, I don't know. So let's take that off and we'll make sure we don't have any more issues with this area, because as you can see, you hit anything on the road, chances are you could puncture that. And if you puncture the fins enough on the coils, it could start leaking, you know, and you don't want that because that's gonna get expensive. So let's put this on. Need a 13mm, that's gonna be for these guys. And for the little screws right here, you're going to need an 8mm. Now I'm gonna put this on my handy dandy little tool right here, this 1/2 inch drive ratcheting wrench, and that's just going to speed up the process. You obviously don't need this. You can do this with simple tools. Just take these all off here. All right, now those 13s, there's one on each side. Not sure if this is going to have enough torque to bust it loose, but let's see. Oh yeah, no problem there. This piece is starting to drop now. Last little 13 right here. Pull that out, set all the screws aside, and there we go. We've exposed the whole cooler, if you will, down here. You guys see that? Got a little bit of grime on it, whatever. But now you can kind of just really see how exposed that area just really is. So, I mean, if you ever get into like a crash or you smash into like a curb, even a parking block, I mean, obviously you don't want to do that. You should be pretty aware if you got some carbone on the front of the car. But like right here, see, I've already hit something. I don't know. I don't remember doing that, but I guess I've probably hit something on the freeway. It might have slid through. But yeah, this is very, very sensitive. As you can see, if you crash into anything, it's gonna mess that up. So having this skid plate here is going to save you. Underneath the engine, you got a nice aluminum tray. This also adds structural rigidity to the front of the car. You can access the oil for the oil pan still. There's that big cutout over there. So keep that in mind. That's not gonna block anything for servicing. So I'll just compare them side by side. So there's the factory M piece, definitely lightweight. This one is definitely a little bit heavier, I think by about 3 pounds, but like I said, it's gonna keep your pockets heavy if you end up hitting anything. And you know, this is basically your first line of impact. You can see that's super squishy, and this is nice and solid, and it can take a little bit of a beating. Obviously you don't want to just whack this thing on parking curbs and stuff, but it's there. If you go off, if you hit a rock, I don't know, it'll definitely help you out. That's all I'm gonna say. Before you can install this, make sure to transfer all these little clips here to the front of this turner piece. You do just have to transfer those over, so just remember that, or else you're not gonna have anything to screw your screws into, okay? You're just gonna wanna pull those off. Transfer all of these clips. There are 4 of the clips. Just kind of line those up with the screw holes. Remember, they can be moved a little bit if your alignment's just slightly off, so you know, just keep that in mind if your holes aren't quite lining up. Don't tighten anything down permanently at first. I would just recommend to leave everything loose and then torque it down. You gotta slide it up into here. Then we'll fit it over the oil cooler. So it is a tight fit. Again, you're gonna wanna make sure everything is sealed, everything is lined up, smashed up, looking good. Nothing's, you know, rubbing on anything. Put the 13mm bolts in first. These ones do have a little bit of a groove in them as well. That way, you know, you can slide this back and forth to get a proper installation here. Now we can grab our 8mm and kind of tighten these up a little bit. I'm just gonna do pretty much everything finger tight because I want to make sure that everything aligns before I really cinch anything down. And having all the screws in place first will totally help that out. After you get all these screws reinstalled, they are just the 8mm like this, 13mm like this, and torqued all down, as you can see them along the front. The little skid plate is fully installed and super solid. So if you know, for some reason go off track or something, this is going to take much more of a beating than that plastic piece. Obviously, we don't want to go off track or anything like that, but that's just a preventative thing. I've heard, you know, estimates of like $2,000–$3,000 if you mess up this cooler, so you definitely don't want to do that. And as you can see, if anyone just randomly drove your car and let's say they had no idea, I don't know why you'd ever let anyone do this, but you know, they totally disregarded the front lip and just went crazy, you could see how they could just bash this onto a parking block and cause a lot more damage than just breaking the front lip. So overall, I'm super stoked with this thing. I know it's gonna come in handy sometime. Like I said, I've hit sticks and stuff before on the street. You never know what's gonna be on the freeway or you're driving down the freeway, and this is just gonna help deflect that a bit more. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this, and we will talk to you soon. Oh, also links down below to this as well, obviously. Later, and wrench on.